can you please tell me about this divorcing? Can you please? No, you already engaged with me by mocking me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me again. Don't touch me again. Can you please just? Can you please? Yes, go and do voodoo. Go and do voodoo. Yeah, do full voodoo. Can you please? How can this be so rational when it talks about the divorcing the child? How can this be so rational when it is talking about divorcing a child? How can this be so rational when it is talking about the child? Sir, don't intentionally push me. Don't push me. How can this be so? See, I think you think it's funny, but it is disturbing. It is disturbing that people are right now justifying child marriage in front of you, and you think that's funny. You think that's funny. You should all. Sir, you are such a liar. You've got beautiful lying face. Quran is talking about child marriage. Aisha was not emotionally ready. Aisha was not mentally ready. As well as Surah 65 verse 4 simply confirms that actually, no, Allah gives permission for the child marriage. Muslim can mock. Muslim can mock. Muslim can mock. Simply I am asking the question on the child marriage where Muslim was simply lying. He was quite happy to attack my faith, but he doesn't want to engage. Here's the bottom line. There is a child marriage in Islam. Run away from Islam. Those of you who are intentionally trying to listen to Muslim men, essential is run away from Islam or keep your child at home. Keep your child at home. Why? Because Islam is so much ugly, and Islam makes people ugly as well. Since he doesn't want to answer, I will walk away. But remember, Islam, Surah 65 verse 4 tells you can divorce a child. And ma'am, that's not funny, by the way. Sir, don't talk to me. Sir, don't talk to me right now. If I wanted to debate with him, I would debate with him. This gentleman is lying, and you think it's funny. Keep your children away from him. I just read the Quran. You find the Quran funny. You find the Quran funny. That's very disturbing. That's very disturbing, sir. Why? Justify this for me. Please justify. So, since you don't want me to be there, justify. No. I just wanted to justify this.
I find your strategy hilarious.
Great. Do you find it hilarious when Muhammad climbed on top of a child? Do you find it hilarious? Do you find it hilarious? Yeah, explain it to me. He's lying. He's lying. And you simply walk away.
Bring your evidence.
Quran.
What is this?
Read it. This is Quran. Read it.
Call the police on you if you push me. If you touch people, push the speakers.
Read it.
The police on you, bro. What are you fucking around?
What is this?
Surah 65.
I'll look it up.
If you touch me, you push right into me, man.
I've been touched with fluff.
You're a dangerous guy.
No longer expect menstruation. There's a lot of fluff in
Just chill out, man. Just chill out. I've known this guy a long time.
In your country here, look, in the prison, everywhere there's pedophile.
So I can just take it.
I'll hold it.
I tell you something, I'm one of the only people.
Can you read loud?
No, I want to just internalize it. I might not have an answer.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. I ask if you can read loud.
No, I'll just read.
No one should tell her.
Listen, Rebecca, age of 3. Pornography in your Bible.
Finish first. Sorry.
If you want.
No, I'm waiting.
I don't understand what you want me to do. Like, I haven't read this.
That's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine.
What's your problem?
My problem is
take it somebody who's here to
no. That person wasn't. Sir, that person wasn't engaging. That person wasn't engaging. You noticed that. So I ask you, sir. I'm going to ask you a question. So it is talking about woman,
You're
correct?
taking one verse.
Yeah, explain it to me. I want you to explain it to me.
I'm not a scholar, and I don't have
So
that
you are
knowledge.
Muslim.
I'm a Muslim.
Okay.
But I'm-
I want you to just explain what you read to me, and then we go to the scholars. Okay, I will point to the scholars to you.
I don't have that. I don't have that intellectual
Sir,
evidence. I don't have evidence.
why are you Muslim?
I'm Muslim. No, I'm Muslim because the message in its
What is the
simple
message?
form of one God
Okay.
and the 5 pillars of Islam make perfect sense to me.
Okay.
That's why I'm Muslim.
Okay. So you are
the rest
Muslim.
of it,
You are
I'm
Muslim.
here. The
Okay.
rest of it, I'm here
Listen,
to
listen,
weed out any
listen.
problems,
How
and that's
how
it.
did you come to conclusion that there is only one God in Islam?
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Well, no, I was born Muslim.
Okay.
But it's,
I am asking
but
you,
I would say
how did you come to conclusion that there is only one God in Islam?
logically, what makes sense to me for there only being one God is that if you trace everything back, something has to have a beginning, and the only thing that explains everything else needing a beginning is something that doesn't
Okay.
need a beginning,
Okay.
and there is coherence in.
You've got to
everything.
work on your philosophy a little bit, but that's fine. I got your point.
No, tell me which part I need to work.
First of all, the Allah you believe. No. Sir,
This is. I
listen.
just told you why I don't.
Sir,
want
you
to
are
engage in
already.
this.
You are
I
already.
asked you to
You
engage somebody who wants
you
to
moved me
engage.
from that.
Sorry?
You moved me from that. You moved me from that conversation.
To debate with someone who wants
no,
to
you
debate with
moved
you.
me from that.
Talk to me. What are you telling him? I want to listen. I'm listening to you.
Are you English speaker? Is your first mother
my
English?
English is my first language.
Okay.
I want to listen.
I want you to read this verse for me.
She tells you things from the Quran.
And those who no longer expect menstruation among your women, if you doubt, then their period is 3 months. And for those who have not menstruated, I don't understand. What is it trying to say?
Just read
Those
again.
who
You said English is your mother tongue.
those who
Read
no
it
longer
again.
expect menstruation.
To like engage. I've come to trust.
I don't understand the context. You got to explain it to me. Sorry.
Okay, I'll give you time to read it from the first.
All right, from
I'll
there.
give you one bit of advice though. I'll give you one bit. Be careful of Takia.
What, mate?
Be careful of
What,
Takia.
mate? What are you talking about, mate?
They won't tell you what it is.
What are you talking about, Jakia? You got that from the pub, did you?
Why don't you go and ask someone about that? Why don't you go ask someone about that?
Jakia is talking
I don't understand what's the problem.
Okay, so I am asking, so gentleman over there with the blue top is talking about child marriage and he's justifying the child marriage. Okay?
What does he mean by child? Does he mean like under the age of 15 or?
Child. His definition for the child in his context is mentally, emotionally, and physically if you are not ready for sex. Okay, that's his definition for child.
But that could be anybody.
And he says that was okay in the time of Muhammad, because in certain tribes that's the customs that you just go and join in the customs. This is the Quran. I'm guessing you are not Muslim.
No, I'm atheist.
Okay,
I
this is
think
the
atheism
Quran.
is the best way.
This is the Quran, word of Allah. From eternity to eternity, according to Muslims. In here, Allah is saying, the verse you read twice, which struggle to understand, in here is saying, so chapter talk about divorce. So you divorce the woman, you divorce the old woman who are not anymore bleeding, and then you give them 3 months for them to wait and then get married with someone else. So in that 3 months, the woman who is not bleeding will be figured out if she's pregnant or not. That's the first. Second woman is those women who are not bleeding yet. They are not having their menstruation.
The thing is, like,
And the third group is the pregnant woman.
Is this the Quran?
This is the Quran.
Okay, but look, I think a lot of Muslims here, excuse me, who was that? I think a lot of Muslims here, they don't believe everything in the Quran. That doesn't mean you have to ride on a horse or camel nowadays. You know what I mean? Nowadays, Muslims, they drive around in a Jeep, they're fine. Just because Muhammad did something doesn't mean Muslims have to do it now.
If it is in the Quran, so if it is in the Quran, and if Muhammad identified as the best pattern to follow,
You say that?
yes, Surah 33, Muhammad is identified as the best pattern, and for you to obey Allah, only way you obey Allah if you obey Muhammad.
You do everything that Muhammad did.
That's not the case. That's not the case. And also, you do have a Quranic verse which says you have to submit to Muhammad in its fullness, not half, not 25%, not 30%, 100%. Here's the reference. I am going to give you this translation because your English is, this English will make more sense to you.
You're not knowledgeable enough, my friend.
But you
if you're saying
I'm Christian,
was a
sir.
pedo,
Christianity makes as much sense as Islam, my friend.
Sahaba.
I used to be Christian. It doesn't make, none of this stuff makes any sense.
Can I encourage you to not say,
Religion makes no
listen,
sense to me.
can I encourage you to not say, I used to be Christian, because you didn't even know that according to the Bible, Mary doesn't have an age. So that was, probably it's something else. That's something else, and stating that's according to the Bible is something else. I am sorry that in your Sunday school they haven't taught you that.
I may be a bad Christian, but I still was a Christian. Maybe I didn't know everything about it, but I was still
Then the things you don't know, don't comment about it. Okay, so
He's right, though.
no.
He still sounded right, what he said.
Sir, he sounds right when they climb the top of a child. When they say the child, if I don't have sex with you, you will be cursed.
No, that's wrong. You're right.
So I want you to read this for me.
Such of your women as have passed the age of
coming
monthly
up, isn't
course for them.
it? You've got that Holy Ghost.
If you have any
in you,
doubts, it's 3
shaking
months.
already.
And for those who have no course, it's the same. For those who carry like
Come on, now we know the race is
burdens,
coming
and for
up.
those who fear Allah, He'll make their path easy. So what is? Can you translate it for me? What is it actually saying?
You've got that
I still
in
don't
you,
understand
know.
what it's saying.
No.
Have you been to university?
I have, but I don't know what that guy's saying. Sorry.
So I gave
don't know the context.
I gave you two translations, and you are struggling to
Does that mean he's
understand.
saying it's okay to have sex with a woman as long as she's
No,
had a
no.
period for 3 months?
No,
that
it's
what it's
saying
saying?
you have sex with a girl, you have with sex someone who is not bleeding yet because of their young age, and now you can divorce them. So it is talking about the divorce, and you are divorcing someone who had sex. So if it is different, if it is different time, why Allah is not saying it is for that time? If it is different time, why it is in the Quran? Quran is the eternal word of Allah. This is from the. Why are you trying to justify that?
All I'm saying is that the Muslims that speak this Quran, not all of them believe this 100%.
No, sir, that's not true.
I'm here to just say your idea of Muslims is very extreme. Your
That's
idea
not
of
true.
Muslims is very extreme.
My
A lot of Muslims don't believe this
idea of
stuff.
Muslim is what Quran states. Okay,
But that's not
I'll show you something.
Religion is more than just the book. You have to admit.
Book and man.
Christianity is
Book
not just
and
the
more.
Bible, is it? There's more about Christianity.
Jesus and the Bible, book and the man, Quran and Muhammad.
You're just taking it back to the book. There's much
Yeah,
more to the book.
no. Go and tell that to Muslims. Go and tell that to Muslims, and then see as they take your neck will be
that's wrong. They shouldn't do
your neck will be a miles from you while you are standing here. Go and tell that to Muslims.
It's terrible the way they treat people. No, I agree. It's the same with Christians.
It is-
Christians do this the
it
whole
is-
world over. They do this.
So,
Look at George Bush. George Bush, as a Christian, he invaded Iraq and he killed a million people.
Let me tell you something.
He
Let
did much
me
worse than
tell
any
you
Muslim has
something.
done.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You claim
about
to
as
be
evangelical Christian as it gets.
Focus now, sir. You claim to be Christian. You
I'm
have
atheist,
zero
I'm
knowledge.
atheist, I'm atheist.
You claim to be Christian. You were Christian before
I
you
was
became
raised
atheist.
Catholic my whole life,
Yeah, your whole life. How old are you? You are nearly 30.
25.
You are 25. Yet you didn't even know the age of Mary. You don't know
That
the very
doesn't mean I'm wrong.
basics.
I may have been
You
wrong about that.
don't know the basics.
I may
You
have
should
been
know
wrong
as a Christian,
mean
if
I
you
know
grew up in a church, that Christianity is not about him, about me, about that person, about that person. It is about Christ. People are failure. We are failure, and then we will fail people. Therefore, people focus their eyes, their hearts to Lord Jesus Christ. We look at his example. Same for Islam. Muslims focus on the teachings of the Quran and Muhammad. According to the teachings of the Quran,
He's a very generous person.
of course
He gave a lot of money to people who needed help. He looked after a lot of women.
I really, of course, he looked after the woman. Let me remember. Oh, Sophia, do you remember this beautiful Sophia? He was so generous. One Saturday afternoon, killed all of his tribe, and then he was so generous. Oh, poor girl, you are so beautiful. I am going to practice my generosity on you. Let me have sex with you in my tent. That's the generosity. He was so
Jesus would never do
generous.
that. It's true.
He
Jesus would never do that. That's true.
was so generous. He didn't even leave any money to his daughters
I didn't know that.
and his wives. He was so generous. He was so generous. He was taking a lot of money, 20% from the caravans he was robbing. He was so generous.
Listen, he was living
He
in
was
different
so
circumstances.
generous.
He was living in a very
Of course,
warlike
as
private
an
society.
atheist who have zero moral standard,
I have moral
Have you
standards.
got visa, by the way? What's atheist? Atheist.
That's not nice, man.
No, she's not being nice.
She's not being rude to you. Just don't be
Well,
rude to
she's
her.
being rude about my religion, so I have to.
The-
let her
I
go
agree-
around.
I agree with
End
you,
of the
the
day,
t-shirt
freedom
is-
of speech.
the
I can
t-shirt
be,
is rude.
Listen, freedom of speech, my guy.
But we can also
I know
be
you're,
civil.
I know you're a neutral kind of guy, but with Hattoon, it's like, wow, Khartoum.
But the thing about the visa, that's a bit harsh.
Oh, how? Why?
Like, it's got her immigration status has nothing to do with. Let's talk about
How
ideas.
about the other guy?
Let's
He's
talk
alright
about
saying,
ideas.
why am I in this country? He's alright, fine.
That's not good either, man. I'm
Yeah,
sorry you
end
had
of
to
the
deal
day,
with
look,
that.
I got a British passport, born here.
I just say
But
all
you
religion.
can't even say atheist.
All religion makes no sense.
I know my
Christianity,
pronunciation is
Islam.
awful, but clearly my English is much
You're
better
lost in
than Allah's
translation. If you
Arabic.
can't even say atheist, you're lost in translation. You don't know nothing
I
about
understood
Islam.
it. I understood her.
Nothing.
Listen. As an atheist, you can still have
Sir,
morals.
sir,
You're a different kind of atheist, my guy.
You can have morality as an atheist.
not like this.
You don't need religion. You don't need Christianity, Islam.
Sir,
This stuff is fairy tales.
you need
guys.
Lord
It doesn't
Jesus
make any
Christ.
sense.
Sir,
It's all-
are you
It's
focused?
all fairy tales.
Are you
It's
focused?
delusion. It's delusion.
Are you focused? I didn't grow up in age 20 and then said, oh, there is a God.
There is no such thing as God.
But
Allah.
I
It's
grew
just made
up and then I said, oh, there is no
It's just
fairy
made up.
tales.
So you believe that is the Big Bang?
Listen this one.
Yeah, I do.
Really?
Listen
We
this.
came from monkeys.
Yeah, I do believe we
where's
came from
the-
monkeys.
But why?
Yeah.
Why is it still not?
Sir,
not
are you
that crazy, is
listening?
it?
Are you listening
I'm
this?
listening now.
But no, by the Lord, they can have no real
Let her
faith,
speak, man. Let her speak.
no real faith until they make you judge among their descriptions. This is disputes. This is talking to Muhammad. So you can have no faith without making Muhammad judge. That's not only 7th
That
century.
doesn't mean you do
That
whatever
is
Muhammad did. A
that-
lot of Muslims here would disagree with some stuff Muhammad did, and they wouldn't
such
do
as,
that.
such as.
But when he's having sex with little girls, whatever, that
There
doesn't
is a
mean-
gentleman who wants to give his daughter, child,
In the hadith,
his
that's
child,
what it says in the hadith,
his
it does.
child to a man who, if he wants to marry.
The Aisha
Bring
thing.
the hadith.
I don't know much about
Because I
it.
think you lot are watching too much Pornhub and you're into it.
I am watching too much
This
Pornhub.
girl's
That's got nothing to
she
do with
loves
it.
Pornhub.
That's got nothing to
She's
do.
into it. And this guy,
I am not Muhammad.
this guy a golden shower each day. Look at his face. He's
Guys,
loving it.
guys, come
golden
on.
shower
is
each
like-
day.
this is like
There you
playgrounds.
go.
This is like
And then-
You can lie.
She's coming with an insult with a t-shirt. No.
You can.
No.
So you can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. That's absolutely fine. But bottom line is, you cannot be Muslim without Muhammad. Bottom line is, this book is teaching you to not only have sex with a child, but you even divorce the child whom you have sex. Are you Muslim, man?
Believe everything in the Quran.
Do you have a problem with that?
Everything in the Quran, Muslims do believe in.
No, but there are a lot of Muslims
Sorry?
who don't believe in everything.
Hold on. This is bullshit what you're saying right now.
No, question is, do you have a problem with that? Would you have a problem?
Things more
Okay, would you have a problem if someone has sex with your child?
It's been corrupt.
Okay, don't just listen. Make sure you know if you would be okay when this man climbs to top of your child. It is Islamic. It is acceptable. And this Muslim man just now stepping in to not allow him to speak to me.
Listen, you only can have 4 wives if the first one accepts, and you have to treat
That's
them
not
the same.
true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That is not true. First wife has no saying on the matter according to Islam.
4 wives, you need to treat them the same. Yeah?
That's not true.
Hold on. These are people.
Ask him about the Sauda. If Muhammad treated Sauda well, equally. No. Sauda freaked out that Muhammad is going to divorce her. Said, "Oh Muhammad, give my nights to Aisha."
And he's never told them to go do the dishes or do anything.
Sorry.
Bye.
And then what was your last speech? Do I look like Muhammad? I'm not Muhammad. Muhammad is maybe that word, not me.
It's like we